Greetings, my little yarnivores and spiderettes. Fiber Spider back again with the conclusion of the Wild Wheat Shawl. Now, before we begin, I'd like to give a quick overview that I did a total of 3 increases. So we've got our first one here, then our second, and third. Now, in spite of what I had said earlier, I re-examined the pattern, and actually you need to end on an even row, which would be a row where you begin and end with your cluster in order to do the edging. So when I said end with row 13, I am sorry, I apologize. I actually took a look at my previously made shawl and saw that I did go and finish row 14. The pattern itself does actually say end on row 13, and so I apologize very much for giving any frustrating misinformation and therefore making you either rip out a row or add a row. I am sorry, I do not wish to waste your time, believe you me. So what you can do is you can pause the video and get to finishing row 14, which is what I did, or you can rip out a row. Either way is totally fine. It will not affect the overall structure of your shawl in any way. So with that being said, again, sorry, but we will get started and we will continue on with the edging of our shawl. And it's only 3 rows, so it's really not that bad, believe you me. And as far as the pattern, the schematic, if you're actually looking at the pattern, the schematic is broken up into 2 parts. The first part deals with the area of the shawl where you have a cluster and then a double crochet and so forth. And then the other part of the schematic involves where you just are dealing with cluster stitches. But I'm going to try to make this as seamless as possible, and we'll get through it together, you and I. All right, I'll be right back and we'll get started with our edging. Alrighty, so after finishing my row 14, again, sorry for the correction, but hey, these things happen. So we're going to start by chaining up of 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then we're going to turn our work, just as we always have. Now into this first chain 2 space, we're going to do a single crochet, then chain 1. Now into the double crochet, the first double crochet of the cluster, we're going to do a double crochet, then chain 1. Into the second double crochet, we're going to do a double crochet, chain 1. Now into the chain 1 space, we're going to do a double crochet, chain 1, double crochet into the next double crochet, chain 1, and double crochet into the 4th double crochet of the previous row's cluster. So we end up with 5 double crochets separated by a chain 1 space, then chain 1, single crochet into the chain 4 space, then we're going to chain 4, and then single crochet into the next chain 4 space, like so. Actually, I can make that a little bit neater, don't you think? It's all about your tension. There you go, it's a little bit better. All right, so now we're going to be pretty much doing the same thing across where we have our clusters and double crochets. So we just did a single crochet into the chain space. So now we're going to chain 1, double crochet into the first double crochet stitch, chain 1, double crochet into the next double crochet stitch, chain 1, double crochet into the chain 1 space, chain 1, double crochet into the next double crochet, chain 1, and double crochet into the fourth double crochet again. So we have 5 double crochet stitches. We've got the single crochet, the 5 doubles, we chain 1, do a single crochet into the chain 4 space, chain 4, and then do another single crochet into the chain space, like so. And again, I keep making that loose, and that's a bit of a pet peeve of mine. So what I find helps is if you actually bring it together close and then do the stitch, makes it a little bit neater. All right, so I'm going to continue on in this fashion by chaining 1, doing doubles in the doubles, chain 1, double in the double, chain 1, double in the chain 1 space, chain 1, double in the double, chain 1, and double in the double, chain 1, and then single into the chain space. Again, squish it up close, and there you go. So I'm going to keep doing this all the way across. See, if I just kept doing the same thing, you guys would fall asleep on me. So going to keep moseying along until I start hitting the area where it is just clusters, okay? And so I will be back, and I will show you what to do when you stop doing the skips over here and when you reach your cluster, all right? So I will be back, and just, keep stitching until you reach approximately this point. Okie dokie? All right, I'll be right back. Alrighty, so as you can see, I have been moseying my way along the edge, doing the exact same thing that I showed you how to do. And then, alright, we have approached and reached where we only have clusters. Alright, so that being said, we need to change our game plan just a little bit. So I did my last 5 doubles, and then I did a chain 1 and then a single crochet into the chain space, as you can see. So now we just have our doubles, our clusters. All right, so what we're going to need to do is, after doing the single crochet into the chain space, do a single crochet, and then just very similar to what we have been doing, we do a double crochet into the first double crochet, chain 1, double crochet into the next, chain 1, double crochet into the chain 1 space, no different, right? Chain 1, double crochet into the next double crochet, chain 1, double crochet into the last double crochet, if my yarn will behave. Alright, so now we don't need to skip over the double crochet. Okay, so what we're going to do is go directly from the double crochet that we just did to a single crochet onto the chain 4 space. So directly onto there, and then continue right along by doing a double crochet into the next double crochet. So it sort of scooches things downwards a little bit. So double crochet, immediately to a single crochet onto the chain space, then a double crochet into the next double crochet. And then we're going to keep doing as we have been by chaining 1, double crochet into the next double crochet, chain 1, double crochet into the chain 1 space, chain 1, double crochet into the next double crochet, chain 1, double crochet into the next double crochet. So it's still doing 5 double crochets. See, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. But then we immediately go into doing a single crochet into the chain 4 space, and then a double crochet into the next double crochet of the next cluster, chain 1, double crochet into the second double crochet, chain 1, double crochet into the chain 1 space, chain 1, double crochet into the third double crochet of the cluster, chain 1, double crochet into the fourth, chain 1, single crochet into the chain 4 space, and then just keep going right along. And as you can see, I'm at the top. It hasn't changed. As you're going along the top, it remains the same as far as what we were doing on the side here. It's the exact same thing as you're going along the top, and then going along this side, again, it would be doing a single crochet here, chaining of 4, single crochet into here, and so on and so forth. Okay, so I'm just going to keep going right along with what I am doing here, just for the sake of clarity. So chain 1, double into the double, chain 1, double crochet into the chain 1 space, chain 1, double into the double, chain 1, double into the fourth double of the cluster. Okay, then do a single crochet into the chain 4 space, double crochet into the next double, double crochet into the second double. Oops, excusez-moi. I forgot my chains, didn't I? See, I did my single crochet, which is what I'm supposed to do, going immediately into the double, but I didn't do a chain in between the doubles, which is what we are doing. See, chain 1, double into the chain 1 space, chain 1, double into the third double, chain 1, and double into the fourth double, going into doing a single crochet into the chain 4 space, double crochet into the next double crochet, chain 1, double crochet into the second double, chain 1, double crochet into the chain 1 space, chain 1, double crochet into the third double, chain 1, double crochet into the fourth double. You see? Give you a good overview. See, this is where we skipped over our double crochets, and then it goes into just the clusters. And then we have the top where it's just clusters, and then continuing right along. So we've got 2 more. So we do our single, double into the double, chain 1, double into the double, chain 1, double into the chain 1 space, chain 1, double into the double, chain 1, and double into the double. Okay, no chain 1, just go right in with a single, like so. Double into the double, chain 1, double into the double, chain 1, double into the chain 1 space, chain 1, double into the double, chain 1, double into the double. Okay, now, because we have reached our double crochets that we need to hop over, going to do a chain 1, and then do a single crochet into the chain 4 space, chain 4, single crochet into the next chain 4 space. See, this is loose there. I need to fix that. There we go. Chain 1, double into the double, chain 1, double into the double, chain 1, double into the chain 1 space, chain 1, double into the double, chain 1, and double into the double. Okay, and then we need to do our hop, skip, and a jump over that double crochet there. So chain 1, single crochet into the chain 4 space, chain 4, single crochet into the next chain 4 space, chain 1, and then just proceed right along, just as we did at the beginning of this row. All right, so I'm going to continue along with this row, and we will finish up this row together. Got a bit to go, but I shall be back in a flash. All right, so I've been stitching right along, and I'm almost done, as you can see. And I just wanted to show you the very, very end of this row and how it follows pretty much our previous rows for the most part. See, got my 5 doubles there. And then going to do, let me see here, a single crochet, sorry, excuse me, a chain 1, and then a single crochet into that loop there, like so, chain 2, and then we're going to do a double crochet again in the same spot. However, this time it's a little easier if you go from the bottom. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You know, it's still the third from the right, just as we had been doing, but because it's occupied by that single crochet, it's easier to go from the left. So with a treble, and there you go. And that is the end of our first, yet very explanatory, edging row. All right, so we will get on to the next and last 2 rows. All right then. Okie dokie. So on to the second row of the edging. So we're going to start by chaining up of 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Did I get that? 1, 2, 3. Yep. Okay. Then we turn the work. And we're going to start by doing a single crochet into that chain 2 space that we created just before. Like so. And then we're going to chain 1. And we're going to do a double crochet into that first double crochet, which is not to be mistaken for the single crochet that we did right there. Be sure you go into the double, okay? And then chain 1, double crochet into the second double, chain 1. Now into the third double, we're going to be doing a double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, all within the third double. So double, chain 1, and double, all into that same stitch. Okay, then chain 1, double crochet into the next double, chain 1, double crochet into the last double. All right, so we had 5 doubles on the previous row, and now we've got 6. So keep that in mind. Okay, then we're going to chain 1, and into the chain space that we did previously when we skipped over the double crochet and we did our chain space. So we did a chain 1, and then we're going to do a single crochet into that chain space. Okay? So it's chain 1, double crochet into the next double crochet. Again, be careful. Don't go into the single, go into the double. Chain 1, double into the next double, the second one, chain 1, and then this is the third, so we're doing a double, chain 1, double, all into the same stitch. You see? So chain 1, double crochet into the next double crochet, chain 1, and then double crochet into the final double crochet, chain 1, and then into the chain space, do a single crochet, chain 1, skipping over that single crochet, going into the first double crochet, chain 1, double crochet into the second double crochet, chain 1. We've reached the third one, the third double crochet, so we're going to double crochet, chain 1, double crochet into the same stitch. So double, chain 1, and double, all into that same stitch there. Chain 1, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1, and single crochet into the chain space. And that is how you're going to continue along for quite a bit, just moving right along in the exact same fashion until we reach until we reach where we have just our clusters. So I'm gonna stop around here, and then I will show you how to deal with this section here along the top. Okay, I will be right back once I have traversed my way across, and I will be right back with you guys. Okay, so I've been stitching right along, and so here was my last jumping over a double crochet. So now we've reached the point where it's just the clusters, right? Okay, so I already did into my third double crochet, my double crochet, chain one, double crochet, chain one, double crochet into the next double crochet. Okay, then chain one. Now, here's where it can appear to be a little tricky. Now we have this double crochet here and this double crochet here. We're going to do 2 double crochets crocheted together. It's not that bad. I'll do it a couple times for you. But the point is that we need to decrease, right in here. All right, so I'll show you. So basically, it is going into the last double crochet of this cluster. So we're going to start the double crochet but not finish it. Then yarning over, going into the next cluster double crochet over here. Again, be sure that you're not going into the single crochet right there. So we're going to go into the double. And then, so you should have 3 loops on your hook, and you pull through all 3. So we have crocheted 2 double crochets together. So then you chain 1, and then do the next double crochet, chain 1, and this is the third, so it's a double crochet, chain 1, double crochet into that same stitch, chain 1, double crochet, and then we need to double crochet 2 together again. So after we chain 1, it's yarning over, pulling through a loop, pulling through 2. So you've got 2 loops on your hook. Then you yarn over and you start into the next double crochet over on this side, pulling a loop, pulling through, and then you pull through all 3. Ta-da! Chain 1, double crochet into the next double crochet, chain 1, and this is the third double crochet, so we're going to double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, all into the same stitch, chain 1, double crochet into the next double crochet, chain 1, and then we're going to double crochet these 2 double crochets together. So half of one, half of the other, crochet them together. All right, so that's what you're going to continue to do in that exact same way, moseying, 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 all the way until you reach this point again, and I'll meet back up with you, okay? I'll be right back. All right, so I've been working my way along, and I'm approaching the opposite side of the shawl, and I'm almost done with this section right here. I'm just going to finish this up with you right now. So I already did my 2 in the middle there, so chaining 1, double crochet into the next double crochet, chain 1, double crochet into the next double crochet, chain 1, and then just as we were doing before, we're going to do a single crochet into the chain space, chain 1, and do a double crochet into the next double crochet, like so. Did I get both? Yes, I got both. Chain 1, double crochet into the next double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, all into the same stitch, just as we were doing before when we started off this particular row. And that's really all there is to it as far as the rest of this row is concerned. Now, so you're going to keep going and doing your double crochets. You're increasing at the center, chaining 1 here, single crochet here, chaining 1, double, chain 1, double, chain 1, double, chain 1, double, chain 1, double, etc., etc., And so you're just going to keep working your way all the way down to the end, and I will meet back up with you when I'm about ready to finish the row, and then we will do the final and third row. I'm looking forward to it. I bet you are too. I'll be right back. Alright, so I just finished up my last cluster, and we're just about at the end here, so it's going to be, see, here's our single. So I'm going to be doing a chain 1, and then a single crochet into this final chain space here, then chain 2, and we're going to be doing a treble crochet into the 5th chain from the bottom. 1, 2, 3, 4. Scooch this over just a little. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Into this chain right here. Now, because I'm working with a color changing yarn, as you know, and I was afraid that I was going to run out of the yellow part of the colorway because I only had this much left. So what I did was I cut the yarn already, and I skipped ahead to the next color, this lovely green. So the last row for me is going to be on the green. Now, that's just part of the ways that you can manipulate the yarn if needs be. So I still have these 2 loops on the hook, and to finish off the stitch, I'm going to take my new yarn, and I'm going to pull the new yarn through both loops on the hook, and that way we can start with the green for our final row, like so. Alrighty. Sometimes you just gotta do what you gotta do. So I'm going to deal with these ends because when I cut my yarn, I cut it too prematurely. And so I'm going to deal with these ends, and then we will get into the very last row, my dears. Alrighty, so I got myself situated, I sewed in some ends, and we're good to go. So to begin this row, we're going to chain up 6, and turn the work. And of course, be sure that you're working with your working yarn and not your tail. Otherwise, you won't get very far. All right, so going to start by doing a single crochet stitch into this first chain space here. Like so. Chaining up of 3, and then we're going to do a single crochet into the single crochet stitch. like so. Chain up another 3. And we're going to skip this first double, and we're going to go into the chain space here with a single crochet. Okay. Chaining 3. Into the next chain space, do another single crochet. Alright, so we've reached the top where we had our split off doubles, and so we're chaining up of 3. And then we're going to do a double crochet. Is it a double? Yes, it is a double crochet into the space here. So yarning over, doing a double crochet into that space there, chaining 3, and then into the next chain 1 space, do another single crochet, chain 3, single crochet into the next chain 1 space, chain 3, okay, single crochet into the next chain 1 space, did I mess that up? Let's see, 1 arch, 2 arch, 3 arch. 1, 2, 3. Yep, I did, but that's okay. Because, so we have our main top arch, right? Then we have another arch going in between. But then, on the next arch, when we chain 3, we're doing a single crochet into our single crochet. Pardon me. Alright, so it's a single crochet into the single crochet, arch, arch, big central one, arch, arch, single crochet into the single crochet. Okay. Alrighty, so moving right along. Chain 3. Single crochet into the chain space. Chain 3. Single crochet into the next chain space. Chain 3. Double crochet into the central chain space. Chain 3. Single crochet into the next chain space down in here. Chain 3. Single crochet into the next chain space. Chain 3. And then we have to single crochet into the single crochet stitch. And that is our second one. So basically the repeat is in the center, you're single crocheting into the single crochet stitch, chain 3 into a space. Now keep in mind, it isn't this space down in here. You're skipping over that one. You're going into this next one. So it's single crochet, chain 3, single crochet, chain 3, single crochet, chain 3, double crochet into that central space, chain 3, single crochet into the next chain space, chain 3, single crochet into the next space, skipping over these two here with a chain 3, single crochet into that main central one. Okay? And I'm going to do one more. Chain 3, single crochet into the chain space over here, chain 3, single crochet into the next chain space, chain 3, double crochet into the central V, chain 3, single crochet into the chain space here, chain 3, single crochet into the next chain space, chain 3, and then single crochet into the single crochet, like so. And that's all you need to do for the edging as we work our way across, so on and so forth, until, of course, we reach the section at the top, the apex, where we're getting beyond all of these spots, and it is just solid clusters. So I'm going to meet back up with you when I have reached about this point here, and we'll be able to get to this. Now, keep in mind that I did actually take a small bit of artistic license with the pattern because it calls for picots. I am not a big fan of picots myself. Now, you can add them in if you want to. I'm not a huge fan. Basically, it calls for a picot at the top of this double crochet here. Now, it called for a 1-chain picot, which to me, okay, that's kind of negligible. You could, create, a really large embellished picot. Like, for example, I'm just going to backtrack here for a second, just so I can exemplify. But I say artistic license, there's nothing wrong with that. So doing the double crochet into the central V, just as I had done before, it called for a chain 1 picot. Well, that's a chain 1, and then going back into the same stitch with a slip stitch, and then doing your chain 3, and then going to the next chain space with a single crochet. Well, it's kind of, nondescript, and that is, of course, even if I was doing that right, I'm not entirely sure. However, how I have known picots to be, they have a bit more substance to them. So, like, for instance, do, say, 4 chains. Okay? After you do your double, do 4 chains, and then do a slip stitch into the first of those 4, like so. And then chain 3. And then going back and doing your single crochet into the next chain 1 space. Personally, I think it looks a little bit wonky. I really don't care for it much, but that's okay. That's why I decided that for me, There's nothing wrong with using a little bit of artistic license and just omitting the picots. That's okay, you know. And then, of course, the edging for this, you know, you can do whatever it is that you want. You could do a single crochet edge along the whole thing, you know, whatever floats your boat. Okay, so like I said, I'm going to continue going along this way until I reach where I have strictly clusters, and I will show you what to do next. Be right back. Alrighty, so I did my double crochet into the top of the V there, okay, and I chained 3, did a single crochet into the next chain space, and now, as you can see, I'm on strictly the clusters. Not a huge change, so nothing to worry about. So what we're going to do is chain 3, and then where the 2 doubles were crocheted together, we're going to do a single crochet into that stitch. So instead of doing a single crochet into the single crochet before, we're doing a single crochet into the 2 doubles together stitch. Okay, so then moving right along, chain 3, skipping over this space just as we skipped over this space, going into the next one with a single crochet, there we go, chain 3, double crochet into the V, the chain 1 space of the V, chain 3, single crochet into the next chain 1 space, chain 3, then single crochet into the top of the 2 doubles crochet together, chain 3, go into not this space but the next space over with a single crochet, chain 3, double crochet into the chain 1 space of the V, chain 3, single crochet into the next chain 1 space, and it's really as easy as that. Chain 3, single crochet into the top of the double crochet together, and just keep going in this fashion all the way across the top where you have just your clusters, and then I will meet back up with you when we end this forest of clusters back to where we were at, and then we will just keep moseying until we reach the end. We're almost there. Alright, so I've been working my way along through the forest of clusters, as I put it. And so I did my double crochet in the V here, my chain 3, my single in the next space, my chain 3, single in the next space. Now we are back to where we have to hop, skip, and a jump over our doubles, so to speak. So chaining 3, and a single into the single crochet stitch right there. And that's how it's going to work for the rest of this row. But like I always say, I want to be thorough for you guys. So it's chaining of 3, skipping over this space, going into the next space with a single crochet, chain 3, single crochet into the next space, chain 3, double crochet into the chain 1 space of the V, single single crochet into the next chain 1 space, chain 3, single crochet into the next chain 1 space, chain 3, and then single crochet into the single crochet right in here. And so I want you to keep going in this exact same fashion all the way down the side here. And looking at my yarn, I don't know if I'm going to have enough of this green, as irony would have it, but wish me luck. We'll see what happens, and I'll meet up with you when I reach the end of this row. Alrighty, so stitching along, and then, yes, I ran out of the green. It turned into blue, but here's how I look at it. You know, it's not catastrophic, and what would I have rather had happen? Where I'm going along with the yellow, and then all of a sudden it turns green midway, and then all of a sudden you have like this partially green strip, or it's mostly green, and then we have just a little bit of the blue at the end. I think I'd rather have it this way, because there's a consistent contrast throughout the entire last row of the edging, as opposed to, you know, it's just like a little bit of green, which would look really, really odd by comparison, in my opinion. So, you know what? I'm going to deal with it. I'll be okay. I will not need therapy over this. It's okay. Trust me, I'm fine. Okay, so at any rate, I did my double crochet into the V there, my chain 3, single crochet into the next space, my chain 3, single crochet into the next space. Okay, so now we're at the end here. So chaining 3. Okay. And we're going to single crochet into this last single crochet here, like so, chain 3, and then do another single crochet into this space here, and do another chain 3, and then last but not least, do a do a double crochet into the third chain from the bottom. And that's it. Yes, we've done it. We have come a long way, but we have done it. And we now have a stunning, beautiful crescent-shaped shawl called the Wild Wheat. And I really hope that you enjoyed this tutorial series, this 3-part series, because I love doing this. It's so much fun. Absolutely, positively, so much fun. And I love doing this. I love sharing this with you guys. And I really hope that you found this series helpful, inspirational, and altogether fun. So listen, if you liked the video, hit the like button, please, because your support means ever so much to me. If you have any questions, comments, what have you, do so in the comments section down below. And if you haven't hit subscribe already, join the bandwagon, because I try to post videos as often as I can, and that way you'll stay informed when I post something new. So, listen, until next time, I want you guys to stay inspired, stay caffeinated, and above all, stay stitching. I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.